Hello, this is Teacher Wayne, and I'm continuing my video series on making an FPS shooter with the zombies, fighting zombies. So the last thing we did was the animation controller. What we wanted to do is get it so that the gun, and here you can see the player. This is the I'm in the scene view looking at the player here. As you can see, to get the animation controller working for this gun, so that if that's what it looks like through the camera. So we get the shooting mechanism done, we get an idle animation, we get a reload animation and a fire animation. So we got that working. Obviously I've not seen it working yet, but there's going to be a few steps to get to that. And I'm going to split this video into two parts really. The first bit is going to be focusing on the zombie. We want the zombie to have health, and we want it to take damage and react to being hit. So what we're going to do is we're going to load up the zombie code. I've already got it open. I'll just bring it across here. So we're going to add some lines to it, and I will provide the code for this, but I'm going to go through it because I think you need to learn. I think it's useful to learn the code base. So the first thing we need to do is we need some health for the zombie. So I'm going to go private int. So we're creating a variable for health for the zombie. I'm going to give it a health of 10. So the zombie's got 10 hit points, you could say. So that's one of the things we want to do. So that's one aspect. Let's have a look at the other areas. I'm looking at some sort of code I've got. We want it to basically what happens when it dies. So we're going to need to add some code for when it dies. So here we're going to go if its health, right, is less than or equal to 0, then obviously the zombie is going to die. And I'm going to put a little debug code in it for now, but we will replace this with, but this will just get displayed as a little comment. The zombie dies. Just put that in. That is a debug code. It allows us to see what's happening when we shoot the zombie and it dies. We are going to create a function, and I'm going to put that in comments for now. But in comments you put double slash like that. I'm going to be creating a function called zombie dies. I put it in like that so that it doesn't run yet. We don't want it to run yet. We're going to create some functions, additional functions. So we've got walking, these are its animation states. It's got walking, an attack, and idle, but it hasn't got anything else. So we need to add some. First thing we need to do is we need the zombie to take damage. So we're going to create a function called zombie getting hurt. So we're going to create a function. It needs to be public so it can be seen outside. Public void zombie hurt. So this function basically is going to reduce the health minus equals 1. That means reduce the health by 1. So every time this function is called outside this, in other words, from the player shooting the zombie, the zombie health will reduce by 1. And once it's got shot 9 times, then we're going to get a function called zombie dies eventually, which I think I'll probably create right now actually. So public void zombie. Call it. I'm just going to copy and paste what I put there because I'm going to repeat that here. Zombie dies. So this is what happens when it dies. So now remember when we created the zombie, we had part of the animation sequence for the zombie it's something called falling back. That's its death. So it does a die bit. So if we do die, it will run the animation for it die. So we want to run that animation sequence. So we simply are going to put the animation. You remember we've got all this here. So we're going to literally repeat. I'm going to copy and paste, and I'll explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it. Excuse me. Let's put this lot in. So zombie dies. So first thing we want to do, we want it to stop it moving. It's a bad idea for a dead zombie to follow us around, so we stop it moving, and then we set the attacking state to the animation state to false, 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 and the only animation state we want to do is that. Also, what we want it to do is we want it to sort of last for a few seconds to do this. So we're going to run what's known as a coroutine. I think I've introduced them before. These are like timed events. Called dying swan. This is its animation for its dying, and I'll copy and paste the code and explain it when I do it. So this will wait. So it allows the animation state to run for 3 seconds. I don't know why I've got that there. 3 second dying. Second animation state. Okay, so it's a 3 second sort of death state. Probably death is a bit more accurate. There we go. So when it dies, it does that. So now I can uncomment this now. I don't have any errors. I'm going to leave that there for now. Okie dokie. So that, in essence, is all the code we need. The extra code that we need is we need a way for it to take damage. I notice I've got it taking 1 point of damage. Now later, if you want to add more guns or different weapons, maybe you want to increase how much damage the if you want to increase the amount of damage that the zombie takes, you want to increase that value. It might want to make the zombie tougher, so increase that value there. It's up to you really. I'm keeping it fairly simple, so 10 shots of the pistol and the zombie's dead. We're going to have to consider the concept of ammo and getting more clips and more ammo available for the player, but that's another video. But for now, for this video, what we've done is we've modified the zombie code. Now the next video we're going to modify the player code. This is going to be more complicated because we need to do a shoot mechanism, and we also need to call this zombie hurt so that it can actually take damage. Can you see that says no references because we've not linked it, but that one has a reference there. So I'm just going to say that. So anyway, this is Teacher Wayne saying goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this video, and can you please like and subscribe? It encourages me to make more videos. Give me feedback of what you think about this series. I'm planning to do further series, inventory, that sort of stuff. So get any sort of useful comments. Please give me comments for my videos. Thank you very much, and goodbye.